This is the WEN 11,000-watt dual-fuel portable generator with wheel kit and electric start. An open-frame black steel brute with a big steel roll cage, a wide fuel tank on top, chunky solid wheels, and a fold-out handle that makes it look more like a compact job site cart than a piece of home gear. It's not flashy. It's all function: metal, motor, and outlets. From my experience, that's exactly the right first impression. I had mixed feelings before buying it. I wanted serious backup power for my home and RV, but I was worried about weight, fuel use, and whether the electricity would be clean enough for electronics. The box arrived like a small appliance crate. I needed help to tip it safely, and I won't pretend it's portable in the casual sense. At about 214 pounds, portability depends entirely on the included wheel and handle kit. The manual is clear, the hardware is straightforward, and the oil and propane hose in the box are thoughtful. Once the wheels and handle were on, I could roll it on flat ground easily. Moving over gravel or up a step takes patience, leverage, and sometimes a friend. The first start was simple. I added oil, filled the gas, turned the big selector to gasoline, and the electric start spun it to life on the first try. I did a gentle break-in, then switched to propane to test the dual-fuel setup. The changeover is a dial twist. The propane hose connects to a standard tank, and it lit right up. Key features that stood out right away: the 120 240-volt capability, the 50-amp 1450R outlet for whole house or RV use, the 30-amp outlet for transfer switches, 4 GFCI household outlets, the 12V DC plug for small charging, a built-in fuel gauge, and a simple digital meter that shows hours, volts, and frequency. The safety pieces are there too: breakers, low oil shutdown, and solid grounding points. In my opinion, this control panel is laid out with real-world use in mind.
Power delivery is the headline. On gasoline, you get up to 11,000 surge watts and 8,300 running watts. On propane, it's 9,500/7,500. That difference matters for big startup loads. I wired a proper 50A inlet box at home and used a breaker interlock to stay safe and legal. With that setup, this unit handled my well pump, 2 refrigerators, lights, and a 5-ton central AC without protest. The moment the AC compressor kicked in, the generator barked a little, then settled. If you've ever watched smaller units sag and trip when the AC hits, you'll appreciate how this one just shoulders it. For my travel trailer, I can run both air conditioners and the microwave if I pay attention to what's on. It's perfect for people who need real 240V power and don't want to juggle appliances constantly. There are trade-offs. Fuel consumption is substantial. With a 6.6-gallon tank, I see around 8 to 8.5 hours at roughly half load on gasoline, which lines up with the specs. On propane, be realistic. A 20-pound tank under decent load can be gone in 2 to 3 hours. If your emergency plan is propane only, you'll want bigger bottles or multiple tanks on hand. From my experience, a blended approach works best. I test monthly on propane because it stores cleanly and never gums the carb. For longer outages, gasoline gives me longer stretches between refills. I keep treated gas rotated and ready. Let's talk power quality. This isn't an inverter generator. The total harmonic distortion, THD, is under 15%, which is fine for motors, heaters, pumps, and old-school appliances. Sensitive electronics like modern TVs, desktops, gaming consoles, and microprocessor control boards prefer cleaner power, usually under 5% THD. I don't connect those directly. I run them through a UPS that conditions the power. A UPS is basically a battery and inverter that feeds your devices a stable signal. In my opinion, that's a safe, inexpensive buffer that helps bridge the mismatch between a big conventional generator and delicate gear. Noise is what you'd expect for an 11,000-watt open-frame machine. It's not obnoxious for its class, but it's not shy. I place it outside, far from doors and windows, with the exhaust pointing away. Distance and placement make a big difference. If you live close to neighbors, plan where it will sit and consider a simple sound baffle that still keeps airflow clear and safe. On portability, I'll be blunt, the wheel kit is mandatory, and even then it's a 2-person lift into a truck. The solid tires never go flat, which I prefer, though they don't absorb bumps like air-filled tires. The handle folds, the footprint is compact for the power you get, and storage is easy if you have a corner in the garage. Reliability and support are where opinions vary. My unit has been a workhorse. Oil changes are simple, and the hour meter makes it easy to stay on schedule. I swap to a quality spark plug early and keep the battery maintained.
That said, I've seen enough reports of early failures, starter solenoids, carb issues, odd shutdowns, that I treat this as a high-power value machine with some manufacturing variability. I've also heard both ends of the customer service story. Some people get fast parts and helpful service, others feel stuck. I plan for that by being willing to troubleshoot and handle simple repairs. I know that won't fit everyone's comfort level. The DF1100T I'm using doesn't list a CO shutdown sensor. WEN has versions with that feature, and it's an important safety layer, but I don't rely on sensors anyway. I only run generators outdoors with lots of airflow. Carbon monoxide is invisible and deadly, so I don't put engines in enclosed spaces, sheds, or garages, even with doors cracked. It's one of those non-negotiables. Who is this best for? I'd recommend this for homeowners with large central air, well pumps, or electric water heaters who want a single unit that can handle surge loads without drama. It's also strong for RVers who want to plug straight into a 50A service and run multiple Hydra appliances. If you need true job site power for big tools and compressors, this has the muscle. It's perfect for people who value raw wattage and fuel flexibility over quiet, ultra-clean power. Who should look elsewhere? If your top priority is super clean electricity for sensitive electronics without extra gear, an inverter generator or a 2-generator parallel setup will treat your devices better. If weight and noise are deal breakers, a smaller inverter unit is the way to go. If your plan involves long run times on propane alone, consider fuel logistics carefully or step up to larger tanks. Key features that keep me satisfied after real use are the 50A 1450R outlet, the reliable electric start, the fast switch between gas and propane, the 120/240V flexibility for a transfer switch, and the straightforward maintenance. In my opinion, that combination at this price point is the real value. From my experience, the biggest learning curve is fuel planning and understanding the THD trade-off. Both are manageable with a little prep.
In conclusion, this generator is a blunt instrument in the best sense. It delivers big, steady power that clears the hardest hurdle, starting and running large loads, at the cost of efficiency, refinement, and portability. I accept those trade-offs because the core job is keeping my house and RV running during outages, and it does that every time I ask. If you're comfortable with basic maintenance, can plan your fuel, and know how to protect sensitive electronics with a UPS, it's a strong buy. If you want whisper quiet, feather light, ultra clean power, this isn't that. In my opinion, the WEN 11,000 watt dual fuel portable generator earns its keep by doing the heavy lifting when everything else goes dark. I will share detailed information about the WEN 11,000 watt dual fuel portable generator. Thank you for watching.